Hi, I'm Abby and this is Mark. We have 5 kids, Porter, Preston, Paige, Angie, and Drika. We moved back to Indiana from North Dakota about a year ago, and we've been attending Maple City since June of last year. We grew up in church here in Indiana, but it really wasn't until we moved far away, had to figure out life on our own, that we started calling out to God and incorporating Him in our life. I started working at a church in 2018, and then Mark shortly after started working on staff. It was really awesome just to see the background of ministry, and it became so important to our life, whether we're working in ministry occupationally or not. Just being a part of other people's God stories is really important to both of us.
At that point in my life, I wasn't outgoing. Faith step was to serve, sitting in a room by myself, mixing online sound, and no one came in and I didn't have to talk to anyone, and it was perfect, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. And then I moved from there to the in-house mix. It just progressed. It was saying yes and finally serving turned into like really enjoying serving, which turned into I just wanted to be more involved in other things, which led to, okay, let's try musical talent. Then I taught myself guitar. It was just a matter of Abby's persistence or God's persistence through Abby. That's what it took to get me into that position. As soon as I would say yes and try it, that I'd fall in love with it, and I did. So saying yes to God has led to every good moment in our lives. Mm-hmm. So it's not always easy, but it's always the most beneficial. So it becomes easy. Everything from working full-time to just serving on a Sunday. Some
of the closest relationships we have in our lives in general were found through serving.
Through serving, yeah.
There's always a time for everything. There's a time to come to church, and there's a time to sit in the pew, and there's a time to be the new person and just take it all in. But there is a point where I think God calls you out of that. And it's not just about coming to church and listening to the sermon and singing worship music. That's all a part of it, but it's about giving back and learning about what God has for you and where He wants you to go and what He's calling you into and what your purpose on life is. And that's to serve Him. So whether that's in the church or at your work or wherever you're at, you have to put your faith in action and move forward with wherever God's leading you.
You realize that it's not all about the sermon or the worship. It's about spreading the word and serving others that really moves you through your faith journey.
I would say if you are on the fence about serving, you should definitely try it. Give it a try, step into the role, see where you're at afterwards, put yourself out there. It's worth it. You
should just do it. You don't have to have it all together. We didn't have it all together, and God moved through that, through us.
Anytime that God has called us into something, if we didn't know what we were doing, He grew us through that. He grew our faith through that. So I would say our faith grew tremendously through showing up to serve others.